Hey, this is an interesting myth. It's been around actually for a long time. This concept where technology that gets introduced into the mortgage industry, it's just so difficult to measure any kind of ROI for that technology and all that. And really, this is sort of founded in, I think, a lot of cynicism, frankly, because when you think about the investments that have been made in technology for mortgage, they haven't always delivered an ROI, and the C-suite of a lot of lenders, they kind of scratch their head and say, why is that the case? And so I think some of it comes from cynicism, but let me tell you where it also comes from and why this myth really needs to be busted. Because I get involved, and I've got a career where I'm involved in a lot of different enterprises that have as complex processes as mortgage, and ROI was very measurable. Here's the thing. What I find with the mortgage industry is very little do they understand their own costs and their own workflows. So they don't have a good baseline to start with. They don't know, for example, what their cost per loan is actually. Not it's hard to find any one person that understands the actual workflow that they have. So they start with a very fuzzy picture, and then they add the cynicism about, well, maybe technology is just never going to deliver any kind of lift. And as a result, they sort of conclude we can't measure ROI. Let me tell you this. If you know what your cost per loan is, and you know what your productivity is for a processor, for example, or an underwriter, how many loans per day they do, then you inject technology and you come back at the end and measure it again, you now have many more loans per processor and many more loans per underwriter, and the cost has not changed much at all. You've got an ROI. And so it really comes down to, how well they're prepared and if they're open-minded to look at a real measurement for the technology they included.